I'm Jacqueline Winstanley. I'm the founder and CEO of Universal Inclusion. My business is predominantly around increasing equality of access to life's opportunities. Today we're hosting an event at Media City in support of the November celebrations of Global Entrepreneurship Week. Our focus is inclusive entrepreneurship, and this is one of the areas that I work in part because I myself am an inclusive entrepreneur. I've always worked in the field of equalities. This particular aspect of my work within the workplace came about when, unfortunately, I developed a medical condition myself. I found it very difficult to access support at a time when I was at my most vulnerable. And most workplaces are not equipped to deal with this. They have policies and procedures, and sometimes managers who are not trained to deal with somebody that suddenly is crumbling in front of them, who's struggling to deal with what's happening to them, and are generally frightened of losing their job. And I decided I wanted to change it.
Everyone in this room has one passion in common, and that is entrepreneurship. We need a structured and an aspirational approach to inclusive entrepreneurship.
So I work with people who are often feeling there's nothing left for them, that what has happened to them has changed their life forever. They feel they're viewed as scroungers, not people who want to do something. And through the programme I've developed, which is a 10-session course, it changes that. It starts to give them back their self-esteem. They tell me it gives them back their hope.
I've got brittle bone disease, so that's a genetic condition from birth. 200 breaks, died 3 times, surgeries, all that sort of standard palaver. Heart defects, other bits and bobs like that. But other than that, just a cheeky chappy bouncing about. I've been involved in inclusive entrepreneurship with Jacqueline Winstanley from the very beginning. So whether it's on the course or off the course, she's always just stated that she's only a phone call away. So whether that be work through support with access to work, or looking for any funding or any meetings such as this.
Disability that I encountered robbed me of my job. When I became disabled, I had to set up and use my own money that I got from my compensation to help me with my own business. Because I'm disabled, I found out about access to work and the help that they supposedly could offer. Every year I go through the annual ritual of the applying for the grant again and again, although my situation hasn't changed. As I told them on many occasions, I'm an amputee and I'm not an amphibian, and my arm and leg aren't going to grow back.
The definition of an inclusive entrepreneur is not really different from the definition for an entrepreneur. People still have the same aspiration, desire to do well, are creative. The main difference is that they're likely to need support to be able to do that.
I decided to become self-employed because I was told by the specialist that because of my illnesses and my disability, I would never work for an employer again. I found out from a supplier that Glam Sticks was up for sale, and I thought, do you know what, I can do that. It gave me a new lease of life. I wasn't just Joe Bloggs sat on the sofa, can't do anything for myself. I can actually do something and contribute. Everything was self-funded, didn't know that anything was out there, didn't know anything about any grants or anything. So there was nothing, as far as I'm aware, that could help me. I got involved with inclusive entrepreneurship when I met Jacqueline. She opened my eyes to access to work and told me that there was this best kept secret from the government ever, so we decided to go for it, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. With it being under the DWP, it's then the people at the other end of the telephone or whatever you're doing, the emails or what have you, they think you're trying to claim a benefit, and you're not. You're trying to claim an award so you can grow your business.
It's important for government to understand and pay attention to what we're saying so that they will shift their policy framework. Currently, they put in place programmes which are conflicting. They have the intent to change things, but how people access those opportunities and support mechanisms is often filled with conflict and difficult for people to change.
The work of supporting the Inclusive Entrepreneur Network should not go into the welfare department. It should go in innovation. It creates a nonsense of what the award is for. It is for innovation. It is for infrastructure. It is to encourage and motivate and empower. You don't do that if you sit it in a welfare department.
Access to work is about business, not about benefits.
Supporting people to become inclusive entrepreneurs instead of perhaps a life on benefits will have a positive impact on the economy as a whole, but also in reducing the pull on the health budgets and the welfare budgets.
We need to always look beyond whatever our physical ailments, or I don't call them disabilities, of course, because if you put the word dis in front of it in America, dis is a dis word.
To me, sport has transformed my life. It has given me the confidence to be who I am now. It hasn't just given me the confidence, it's given me the skills that I need to say, look, this is going to happen. We are going to make it happen. It's just about having the right support around you.
It's not always possible for somebody to remain in the workplace, but what it is possible to do is to think of innovation yourself, and if you are supported effectively, to create business and to contribute to the economy.
Confucius said, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. That's the social impact, is that people love what they do, they love their cause, they love what they're working towards, but the economic impact will follow.
I just can't imagine going through life any other way than being an entrepreneur.
My father always told me that I could achieve these things, and now I know that I can. It doesn't matter that I'm deaf, it doesn't matter that you're a woman, it doesn't matter that I'm Asian, it doesn't matter, none of that matters.
The message to government is to consider a change of perspective on this. We talk about a paradigm shift, where we want governments to stop considering people who face barriers as burdens, whether that be tax burden, welfare or health burden. And we want them to start to see these people as contributing citizens who are innovators and have solutions.
We're definitely going the right way with entrepreneurship, but there still seems to be that there is quite a lot of pitfalls with the process of access to work. For me now, there needs to be a process for people to harness who they are and what they're doing, and then show them how to deliver the correct way to get support or from local services or moving to a certain world.
But it's about overcoming that hurdle to achieving something.
People don't realise that I'm deaf, and they just kind of judge me on my musical ability.
Yes, we can do this. Give us the chance to show you that we can do this. We don't want to be sat around doing nothing. We want to be part of society, and we can be part of society. So let us show you that we can do it.